Oh, that's the wrong screen. Neat. Neato. Internet, why are you losing frames? I love the internet. Internet, it's like this, I just fucking... Some days with it. Damn, this is atrocious. This is beyond atrocious. Dum. 7,000 bit, 10,000 bit rate. Explain to me how that makes sense. Okay, it's stabilized. Who would have thunk? Imagine that. Internet wants to work. Nope. Oh, just for a sec. Just for a sec. Oop, no, I didn't want to do that again. And we're back to dying. Yep, okay. Before I move, let's do some wind cringe. Neat. Another neat. Ooh, surprise one. Some Imperial Wind Gods are a lot easier than others. Yep. Hello, Light General. Okay, let's just go say hi to Minariko. Maybe Bumper Crop won't be cruel today. Hey, ads. I don't know how many people like them. Subscribe, yeah, clearly. Now, what I don't use one myself, but what I do say is, you know what you should do before you subscribe to get rid of ads? Instead of doing that, just get an ad blocker. Too much effort. That's mostly why I don't have one. Excuse me. But because Twitch is out here and YouTube too. It's like, hey, give us money and we can get rid of your ads. And I say, instead of giving me money, you should go use an ad blocker. Oop. Drifted way too high. Which ad blocker for agency I haven't had much. I'm not very familiar with ad blockers, so I can't help you, Mike Snell. Wouldn't help on mobile anyway. Well, I believe there are mobile ad blockers as well for Twitch, but if I have little knowledge on desktop, I have no mobile knowledge in this regard at all. Okay, take two, Mirika. Nope. Girl? She's really trying sometimes. Bumper crop today? You should have mentioned that before bumper crop. It was close. But fortunately, I didn't get bumper cropped, at least that time. Hello, Toaster. Okay, Heener. So I will say I'm not going to today because I'm definitely looking forward to playing more Fantasy Maiden Wars. But after yesterday, I'm like it called, like the Izakaya is calling to me. like the Green Goblin mask. It's just calling out to me again after that, because that was really good. You know, I don't know how the mode's gonna scale. I don't know how well that does, but like first 5 waves or something were peak. Give up on Fantasy Bears Wars, brace Isekai, totally. Well, that's the other thing, because, like, Fantasy Bay Wars I enjoy, but then there was the mission I did literally on Sunday, which was phenomenal. I loved that mission. I'm like, man, I really want to do another one of those. But then the Isekai called to me yesterday. I love Ogane. I love doing all the proper lines. The Reimu Be Exiled doll experience. One of my favorites. Oh, 170.01 wasn't enough to get the early fairy. See, most misses the guy how about you get to the moon. You want like a broad answer, or you want the actual like Missy Izakaya lore answer? Because like the lore answer in Missy Izakaya was, in order to defeat Mizuchi, she needed training from Yorihime. So Aaron like gave her passage or something or other, like with talking to Aaron, she got like passage to the lunar capital. Because like Aaron sent a message to like Yorihime, Toyohime. I think like Doremi gave her a pass through, and then that's how she was able to get to the moon. Now, if you want the other explanation, it's because Misty is the strongest character in lore, and so fearing what would happen if they didn't let her on the moon, they let her to the moon, because otherwise she might destroy it. It's definitely what happened. Oop! A little too tight for my comfort. Grilled lamprey souls off Touhou. That's funny, because for being the one who sells grilled lamprey, I sure didn't sell much grilled lamprey yesterday. Well, the moon bunny is like, sweet. When I think of what Moon Racing liked, it was like sweet. And I feel like, cause like the basic moon bunnies that show up have their personal taste, and I believe it's I think it's like sweet in like Chinese, I want to say. There's some other things. Like, I'm pretty sure Moon Racing likes small portion. It's been a hot second since I played that game last, like 7 or 8 months, so some of my exact character knowledge is a little vague. Oh, what a move, girl. I should just cut back going over one earlier, but I would have had to read that ahead. Crop now key. No, I haven't died to bumper crop today, though. Not yet, at least. You know, give me like 5 minutes. Or like 1 minute, potentially. In fact, right now I'm thinking instead of bumper crop, calling it bumper free. I am on not particularly much sleep right now, so any and all issues I will blame entirely on that. Which isn't my own fault that I don't have a ton of sleep right now. Yeah. But we'll ignore that part. Ooh, girl. Noise. Okay, Hina, once again. Oh, I picked up all that. Rest in peace, Faith Run. Look at that, minus 10,000. Do they claim this guy? No, I did not. I make sure I don't play things like that off stream. Like I'm not gonna go play New CCK and secretly do a bunch of things like that off stream. why I don't play Fantasy Maiden Wars off stream. Even if sometimes there are points where I'm like, you know, I do kind of want to. Okay, Hina, once again. Too late. Okay, Exile once again. Stuck in Ad Purgatory. I can't help you. I can't turn them off entirely. Again, in order for me to turn off pre-roll ads, I believe I have to turn on mid-roll ads. And I'm definitely not going to do that. So I can't help you in that regard. Unless you want me to start running mid-roll ads. There's a fun little green button on my dashboard here that says run 1 minute ad break. I've never actually clicked it. And I do not intend on clicking it. Wikipedia ads, you gotta love it. Pre-roll ads, my fate, my beloved. Speaking of my beloved. I mean, it's just so beyond disgusting, this attack. Let me go get a drink of water, then I'll do another. Okay, this time faux show. Hey, we got the early fairy. Okay, that means this is definitely the run. Nice. You know, at least bumper crop's been nice so far. Whoa! There. I was inside that bullet. Never sketchy. Okay, 406. Not bad. Ooh, a 73. Okay, I don't get a 73 million here that often. Kahina once again. What do I say about questionable Logane lines? Nice, clean. Really smooth exiled out. We love those. Okay, stage 3. Me and my way to die to hydro camouflage again. My favorite pastime. Hack a human. Go away. Yeah, no, that's the next stage. This one's Kappa. Nah, yeah. Probably not the best line there, but that was really gross, Wall Fairy. Like, they spread those waves off to overlap each other, like, perfectly. You know, for a song called Candid Friend, and the Kappa being sworn friends with the humans, trying to drown me is not very nice. How the run's going? Not great so far, but... still early. What a wiggly woo. So they called me back in high school. The wiggly woo. I'm so obsessed with trying to get value from that attack with Reimu B. And like min-max the very early waves as best as I can when it's just not necessary. And I've got myself killed a number of times over it. They've been sworn friends since ancient times. I don't believe in you. I don't believe you. Because you just tried to drown me. These are the ways of Reimu B. No, I meant Reimu B. What I meant is, because generally, you know, unless you have a very different strat, you know, go to the right, and then cut back to the left to get a cut back to the right, right? Like you kind of dance to the left before the bullets get to you. You cut. What am I saying? Words are hard. You go to the right before the bullets get to you. You start going left, and then by the time you get to the left wall, you kind of do that like jump to get her to bait upwards a bunch, and then you do your cutback there, right? Like that's like kind of the sketchy part of the fight is that cutback, right? So, the thing is... I should talk while I'm at OBG. That might be, like, one of the easiest Momijis I've ever seen. Which I will take in contrast to the terrible ones I've seen as of late. But the thing is, it's like, the restream on the left, where you cut back to the right, is like the tricky part of the fight. And generally, the bigger the jump from the right, because you go to the right and then you start cutting left. The bigger the jump you make when you cut back, when you go to the left, the more space you'll have to play with. Usually the easier it'll be. And because when you're going to the left, you have to do, like, one green wave, like, in the middle at some point, generally speaking. It's like, there's the idea where if the further to the right you can do that green wave, the bigger the jump you can do to the left, and therefore the more space you'll give yourself to play with as little of the green baby bullets in there. So there's a notion where the tighter you are on the right, when you go to the right and then you start wiggling left early, that the tighter you are there, the more area you'll have on the left. That min-maxing. But it's just not needed. Also because doing that will often let you min-max damage a little bit better, but it's just not needed. Is the problem. That's what's gotten me in trouble on that attack a few times. Especially as Reimu B. Like, as Reimu A, you're probably, like, a little bit, like, greedier for damage, but, like, even then. Oh, you little... punk bass fish. I'm sorry, you're a bird, not a fish, girl. Oh, you fuck! I hate this attack. I hate this game. I hate Touhou. Why do I play it? Alan, why do I do this to myself? I just that was a weird crit line, and I just completely froze up, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do there. The other parts were fine, and then she just gave me a brutal clump, and I could not figure out for the life. Like, I needed to, like, cut in another notch, and then, like, curved around back to the left, but that was... Oof. I mean, oh no. Not Peerless Wind God, what am I gonna do? Like, I saw the hole past that clump, like, just above it, and I was like, that's where I intend to go. And there was no line through it. I needed to go around. But by that point, my brain was just... fried. I got an itch on my left eyebrow. It's really bothering me. Okay, I got it. Hello, Sanai. How you doing? Should I make like use coming? Yeah, I'm here to help. Dude, look how happy she is. How pissed Rayu is. Oh, now she's pissed. Not one on its way to be weird. Oops, that's not the line you want to go for that one. Ooh, up, C opening. I love the Divine Wind. I hate this spell so fucking much. Give me a perfect stage 5, it's a perfect stage 5, we take those. Max Faith, hold up, we're so back. Kaneko, I brought you a present. Oh, I even did the first wave too, but she followed up with an even worse one. Death Fairy, my beloved. I'm sorry, Kaneko. I no longer have faith for you. You know what? I haven't died to that fairy in a while. I'm bound, you know, it's bound to kill you. Let's get the bad fairy luck right now, when I'm already on oneness. Me when Kaneko non-1 is Kaneko non-1. Literally the first bullet. Could you, like, come over here? Me and my friends when I get tired of hanging out at their house every time. Annoying thing to try practice. It's hard to do it for like a long period of time too, because it's such an optical illusion spell. Go up divining they crop. And it's also, the other issue is it's really hard to like decipher what you're supposed to look at as well. Like I've gotten solid at it. I'd say I'm probably something like 50%. But like, what are you like supposed to look for? Don't forget you kiss your Kaneko. Very important. Like, that's one of those where I just have to, like, do it over and over to try to, like, get an idea of, like, what I'm even trying to fucking do. Hitbox moment? Hello? I don't deserve that? Marissa players stay seething. Why did I go that way? I never go that way. Hello, 11. We love Source. We love Source. Me when I die 3 times to Divine Virtues. I love the diagonal wave. What do I say about micros on this attack? Okay, we take this. Peerless Wind God paces or Peerless Wind God paces. Am I gonna get it on the stupid app test trend? What the fuck is that? One minute's already enough. It's also why, like, I hate the timeout on it so much. Like, I did the timeout, like, a couple times, but, like, I'll do the timeout on Kaneko Nod 1, and then, like, 30 seconds in, and I just lose yourself. You just, like, your eyes just start to lose, like, meaning in the bullets start to lose meaning. Dodging skill test built in underneath the crack branches. Flatter user person people. How does it work? So 20 didn't get nominated for Game of the Year yet. Yeah, I can't believe, because Jeff totally controls the Game of the Year nominations too. I can't believe he'd fucking do that. So like, it's unbelievable. Extreme bullshit patterns and graded depending on how long you can survive. That sounds like a Cinnamon and Alan challenge if I've ever seen one. No, I haven't heard about this, and I have little intention, from the sounds of it, of involving myself in this in any capacity. It sounds like something that you'd sucker Cinnamon into trying to do. Oh, I bet you can't hit this score in some fucking weird challenge. Who the fuck is messaging me? Hold on, someone was messaging me last run. CBT since normal CBT 2 vanilla challenge modes. Yeah, well, what it actually is, 11, is lunatic Touhou players, especially in the survival realm, okay, want to do anything possible that isn't play a fucking run. They will do anything. They will do anything humanly possible that isn't actually play a run. Fuck, I gotta go. I gotta go practice some weird shenanigans on this. I gotta go bottom hug only this attack. Gotta get some experience there. The numbers represent their skill amount on them. I mean, that's just like, okay, like, do we need to talk about League? Do I need to talk about Dota 2 and League and Overwatch and any competitive game with MMR? matchmaking rank, any type of MMR, ELO as it is in League, whatever it has to be. I hug only. Oop, too much. We need to practice, that's it. Yeah, I mean, each person, it's each their own, right? I think it varies. Like, you know, I don't do as much practice right now, but like when I, you know, the first 70 days of me playing Mountain of Faith is way more practice than it is runs, I'd say. There's some variation in that regard. Bitch too. Yeah, well, Mystia is Mystia, right? You know, Wriggle's not like that bad, but like Mystia's a pain in the ass. Still stage 1. Well, to be fair, Umbral, to be fair, I don't know how many people like play the, you know, I don't know how much that game is supposed to be balanced around the solo shot types. Learned around it, yeah. That's the new part. Yeah, just play, I thought solo Yomu was one of the better... I thought solo Yomu was one of the better solo shot types. Like, I know, Reimu and... I want to say... Alice are dog shit, like, solo types. I don't know for sure. Yomu is the best solo shot type? Okay. No, it's Sakuya. Sakuya's the dog shit one, right? Like solo Reimu and solo Sakuya are like the dog shit like ones, right? People play Slug to get their LNN because it's too hard to lower the difficulty. You raise a valid point. Yeah, okay, I thought Alice would for sure, but like I couldn't speak very well. What is my routing? I'm zoned out right now. It's over. I had one good run that got to the Peel's win gut, Peel's free gut, my bad, and then just downhill since. And by since I mean the last like 5 minutes. Better than what Sakuya B gets. I mean, I feel like you could say that about, like, basically everything. Bro, this shot type sucks ass. Well, it's better than DDC Sakuya B. like what kind of bar are we setting here? Sakuya B is the bar. Well, it's a good news that nothing goes below that bar. Except Persuasion Needle. Persuasion Needle is well known for being pretty dog shit. It's ready to be on Pachi, but got to do damage. Can't believe you should do that. Oh, Walrus, here's a reminder. Another reminder not to play Lennon. You asked about this, so I just want to keep letting you know. I'm upholding my part, where you told me to remind you. And then I'm gonna ask you right now, hey, what have you been doing? And you're gonna tell me you've been playing Lennon. So guys, what have you been up to? You're playing gacha games? Fucking... Do we need to have an intervention, Walrus? Look at me, I paused in the middle of a run. Fucking pause buffering. Run's invalid. Because Umbra over here says even worse, and I must agree. And you know, I've been struggling with my shmup recently. How am I gonna patch this wound in my heart right now? Looks like there's some gotchas in there. Although I should probably ask. You know, I'm not gonna say that particularly good or bad. I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna like say that any of them are particularly good, but there's some variance in like what gacha games, right? Are we there yet? I had a pace get to Peerless Wind God earlier, so pretty solid, right? Like there are some that if you said I would roll my eyes. Some gachas that people said I'd roll my eyes, but I'd be like, yeah. More respectable than some, you know. If you tell me Genshin or ZZZ, then then I might have to tell you to go start playing Lennon again. Eep! I fucked up. Gotcha, official gotcha hater. I have been clean from gotchas for a year and a half. Just over a year and a half. About a year and a half at this point. And I am very, very happy about it. Do you play? I used to play a few. The one I spent the most time in was Age of Ishtaria. I'm not even particularly familiar with that, as it's not one of those big names, but... free of art nights. Listen, I had to quit cold turkey, and I did. Boom. Delusional players thinking LNN is not a gacha. So true. I've played others, but that was just the one I had the most time in. Cyril, so it's fine. I mean, you get props because it's not Genshin or ZZZ, and that's about all the props I'm gonna give you for that one. It's also not Lost Word. So it could be worse. I don't know how much, but it could be worse. Off a cliff or something? Well, no, it's just the cycle of gachas where the gacha becomes relevant, it's relevant for like a year, and then everyone moves to the next game because that's what's been popular, and then you keep cycling like that. With Battle Cats. I know someone who played Battle Cats. I never touched it myself. My snilf. Excuse me. And don't get me fucking started on Limbus Company. Don't get me started on what I just did there, either. With other gachas, yeah. I mean, I used to like them, and I've just kind of like... It got to the point where, you know, you just come to realize that that there's more to life than gachas. Oop. Dark Knights has the best furry men. Well, I mean, sure. But as someone who is A, not into furries, and B, not into men, that's not the most appealing thing, personally. But, you know, if that's what you like, then you can like it. And you can go do that. I'm just saying that, like... Not, you know, Alright, what about Blue Archive? Any Blue Archive play? Listen, I'll always say the biggest way to tell to like one of the biggest things about like just learning to realize games is I'll always reference Limbus Company because don't get me because what fucking Project Moon did to that series. Funny C word, yeah. That's partly why I was making the Blue Archive joke. Because what happens is there's fucking Limbus Company. Because the difference between sitting down and playing Limbus Company and then going to play Library of Runa is just fucking night and day. You play Library and you're like, holy shit, this is such a fucking good game. And then there's, like, next to Limbus Company, you're like, holy fuck. Like, it's so much better, dude. Oh, it's so nice to play a real game. God forbid game developers like make a game and then release the game and then that's the game. Instead of be like, how do we milk as much content out of this as possible? People like Limbus. So let me explain something very important here, Alan. Okay. Project Moon has 3 games: Lobotomy Corp, Library of Runa, and then Limbus Company. Okay. Lobotomy Corp. Almost like a... No, PM is Project Moon. The devs of that. Lobotomy Corp, the first game, is... it's a weird game, completely different to the others. It's a cool game, in my opinion. I like it. I play through it. It's fun. It's not like it's like the most up my alley, but I like it. Library of Runa is probably my favorite like turn-based RPG I've ever played. And I adore turn-based RPGs. That is probably my favorite mechanic on the market. I adore the gameplay of that game. Like, the story's phenomenal, too. I like that and everything, but gameplay-wise, probably my favorite, like, I know it's not a JRPG, it's a Korean RPG, but you get the fucking point. And the thing is, it's a full game, it's not a gacha. It's a full game. And then they decided, here's our sequel, Limbus Company. What are we gonna do? We're gonna, like, do the same similar style of gameplay, but turn it into a fucking gacha game. And I'll never forgive Project Moon for what they did to my lovely Library of Runa. Because I love Library of Runa. And then they just took Limbus Company and decided, what if we made this and just turned into a gacha? And it's like, what if we just did predatory marketing? Because that's what all gachas are. It's just predatory marketing. It just took the axe to this fucking thing. And this is why I will never forgive gachas. Is what they fucking did to Library of Ruina. And like I've said many times, Library of Ruina's gameplay, like the story's good. A lot of people like pump up the story a lot. It's really good in my opinion. Some people like fluff it up a lot. It's just, the gameplay is so fucking fun. I love the gameplay of it. And they turned into gacha. Oh, we brought back the Der Freud abnormality. Boy, I love that abnormality. It's so cool. Yeah, you want this? Here, spend like $5-10 trying to get it. Come on, guys. Love that shit. I just want to fucking kill some people sometimes, you know? Also, don't get me started on, like, you know, game companies that are like, let's release these games chapter by chapter, and, like, one chapter every year for, like, 5 years. Fucking piece of shit. I love Ogane. I like gambling. I mean, you know what they say, 90% of gamblers quit right before they're about to hit big. So do not give up on your dreams. Oop. Deck builders, I feel you. I can feel you on that regard sometime. I'll always promote Library of Ruina as being the greatest, you know, currently turn-based RPG system that I've played for pure gameplay wise. They took it out back and shot it. And said, here you go, guys. Also, I want to complain about a second issue that I have with fucking Limbus Company, okay? This is something that did not exist in Library of Ruina, okay? And it really didn't exist in Lobotomy Corp. Yes, if you, like, really try to, like, bend your mind, but they never, like, said this at all. I fucking hate the modern trope of how you fucking make things happen in games. It's like, what if we introduce the multiverse theory into our games, into our stories? That also makes me want to fucking pull my hair out, dude. The fact that they also are like, let's throw this in, I'll never forget Project Moon. Now, I also will say, there's some cool Library of Ruina mods, like Touhou mods I've seen. I guess Touhou mods for Library of Ruina is a better way to put it. Like, some people have put, like, a sick-ass Moko fight. I've seen that one before. Love that. Thoughts on this lap? Best mobile game nominees. Oh, gosh. Why is this a category? For the Game Awards. Here we go. I love ranting and just hating things. What's on here? Persona 5. Oh, don't get me started on Persona 5. The Destiny, right? There's a what is that? I'd never even heard of that. Uma Musume, Wuthering Waves, Sonic Rumble. I'm gonna blow up the moon. I love hating, dude. It's so fun, dude. Holy shit. I want to look at some of these categories. Hold up. Game of the year. What are the games in this? Claire Obscure, Yawn, Death Stranding 2. I gotta give respect to Kojima. Donkey Kong Bonanza, kind of surprised. Hades 2, Silk Song, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. What the fuck is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? I've heard of these other games. Not gonna lie, I didn't actually know Hades 2 was out. What the fuck is Kingdom Come? Deliverance 2? That's a game? What is this? Best game direction. What does that mean? What does best game direction mean? The site's breaking. It's not actually letting me, like, okay, navigate it. I click on best game direction and the fucking site breaks. Holy shit, this site is insane. Best narrative. Nope, that's not working for me either. Let me scroll via the previous button. Hold up. Okay, the Game Award site is just breaking for me. I kind of want to look through here just because it's really fucking funny to make fun of this shit. See, one of the biggest problems with Claire Obscur has two big problems in my eyes. And that is, like, the gameplay is definitely really overhyped, and also it's, like, made by the French. Best game direction. Claire Obscur, Death Stranding 2. What does best game direction mean? Award for outstanding creative vision and innovative in game direction design. And if fucking three of the same games here are Game of the Year, they just fucking make up categories. Best performance. What is Games for Impact? Dude, I'm gonna turn into a boomer, I swear. Oh, hold on, I gotta see Best RPG. What am I talking about? I gotta see Best RPG. I already know it's gonna be Claire Obscur because these people are biased like that. It's not Fantasy Maiden Wars, SMH my head. The site is broken! Game Awards, fix your site! Avowed? What the fuck is Avowed? What is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Why is this game keep popping? I've literally never heard of this game in my life. Okay, time to go back to playing Touhou. You know, obviously the greatest games of all time. The fact that Touhou 20 is not fucking on the Game of the Year awards is baffling to me. Also, you can also tell that the Game of the Year is a completely worthless category when the Game of the Year, when fans can vote on the site for their for the fan-nominated Game of the Year, and when the fan-nominated Game of the Year, which is actually comprised of tens of thousands of people voting for their favorite game, is different than the actual Game of the Year, you know that it's a fucking rigged competition. You know that it's not about what it's people's favorite game of the year is, but it's because of who can suck off who the hardest. Which has always been a joke. Oh yeah, it has. I remember one of my friends and I. This was probably like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. I forget exactly when. He and I sat down and watched the entirety of the Game Awards once. It's the only time I've ever done that. The only time I ever will. And it was a really fun time just shitting on it the entire fucking thing because it was so dog shit to watch. It was really fun. okay. Like, come on. The fact that, like, Futanari Remelia isn't up there is, like, baffling to me for, like, some of these games. Like, I don't think these people know video games well. What? What do you mean, what? It's a joke! Good grief, kids these days don't know how to take a joke. Hello again, Hina. Source you up? I don't even know where the fuck you'd look for this game. It's probably on DL's site somewhere. Listen, Era TW is not up. It's not in the Game of the Year discussion, so it's like, what's the point, right? We all know that that's not an actual Game of the Year. Hello, I gotta pee. People have no imagination these days, that's the big issue. Fucking piece of shit. Well, I will give Claire Skier one. I will give it something. It's a new IP, and like companies these days don't like. Companies these days really struggle with new IPs. What if we remake this game for the 3rd time? What if we remaster this game for the 20th? We don't know what we can't make new games. What if we just remaster a game for the 4th time? I gotta pee. I'll be right back one minute. Well, let me get this up. OSD remaster, we had a hitbox and the indicator, also buffed Books. Books is too easy. Everyone who plays Touhou actually knows this. Why am I not in the Game Awards Content Creator of the Year? I literally clicked on this and I don't recognize 3 of these people. Masters are really like that though. Oh, but we upped the graphics to like 1080p. We tried to like modernize it like a little bit and like shaded the graphics a bit better. The best Touhou pattern not on there, so bruh. Modern audiences, we have to adapt the games for those. Yeah, and then like change the graphic, like adjust the graphics up a little bit. Also, half of fucking modern releases of old games, like, they come out, it's like, oh, they're buggy as hell, and they, like, don't work. It's like, half the game's broken or some shit. It's like... Didn't Rockstar, like, it was like 2 years ago or something, they like, remastered some of the old GTA games, and they were, like, just broken and buggy as hell? Dude, I can't wait for Aya Ace Attorney 4 to be in the Game of the Year nomination next year. I'm nominating it, boys. I'm gonna use my cultural influence to try to get it up there. Actually, you know the last time the Game Awards was relevant at all? It's when they announced Joker for Smash Brothers. There's Bloodborne PC port. Better, yeah, why don't they just, like, make a new game? Switch 2. That's a shame I only have a Switch 1. Never been more Minari over. Switch Kino in a decade. Yeah, Return to Dreamland was 15 years ago, so that's not last decade. We just need a new Dokapon Kingdom game. That's what we need. I'll say what I have been going through recently with some of my buddies is Kodaku's new game. What you gonna call it? 100 Line Blast Defense Academy. That game's fucking based. That game's phenomenal. Also, new Fantasy Maiden Wars remake. That's pretty damn good. Talking about remakes. Arrows Game of the Year 2026. I hate to break it to people. I love Kirby. Fucking Kirby Air Riders is dog shit, dude. New Donkey Kong Country. This time with new Funky Fresh mode as well. But you know what's funny? How Nintendo was like, here's our new Mario Kart game, and it's so dog shit that, like, within a month, people are still just going back to the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it's just a fucking much better game than Mario Kart World. And it literally took a month for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to start outselling Mario Kart World again. Player Touhou on the DS based. Gosh, I love shitting on the modern state of video games. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I'll always say, I pray for the inevitable downfall of the modern gaming industry. I pray with so much of my body that when GTA 6 drops, it's just a broken, buggy mess. Gosh, dude, that would make my year. That'd make my decade, dude. Holy shit. Yui shit. Fair, but you could do that with like so many. You could say that to like so many companies.
Ow!
First game is bad, and the late game is bad. Yeah, it's all bad. Oops, all dog shit. This is why I only play Touhou fan games. Touhou and Touhou fan games. They're the highest. 60,5 years, its population disappears. Here's what I always say is probably my favorite part of the modern gaming industry. I love what, because like, you ever watch, like, cause, like, I'll watch it with some of my friends for fun during the summer. Like when like the Summer Games Fest is going on, they're doing all like the, they're like announcing a bunch of games. It's like, oh, here's Xbox's like game showcase. They're announcing a bunch of shit, and then like you watch like a trailer for a game, and you're like, what's the gameplay? What the fuck does this game play like? I just watched a minute and a half of cinematics. What is the game? Who knows? Is you going to buy GTA 6? Not me. I'll tell you that much. GTA 6 would suck, still be a massive financial success, I think. Oh, I mean, the thing is it will sell, like, a shit ton, no matter what. Gameplay. Yeah, I always complain because it's just... Because new game drop, I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, is this a shooter? Is this a hack and slash? Is this like a Souls-like? Like, is this a roguelike? Is it a deck build? Like, what the fuck am I looking at? They just show like some guy being a badass walking around. They put titties on the screen, and it's like, what is that? Like, what are we doing here? Because on one hand, I will give a slight break. Like, if you're making a game, like, if there's a game coming out in a line of, like, in a series that's, like, well-known. Like, I'll forgive, like, as much as I'll shit on GTA 6 and pray for its downfall, I'll forgive GTA 6 if it makes trailers with, like, basically no gameplay. Because, like, we all know what GTA is. Like, everyone knows what GTA is, generally speaking. It's the newest in the series. Like, you kind of know what you're getting into with that. But it's one thing I complained about when, what was the game? Fucking Night City, the one with Keanu Reeves. What game is that? I can't... Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk, like, got announced, I'm like, what the fuck game is this? Like, what, like, oh, boy, we got Keanu Reeves, we got this cool-ass, like, oh, this is sick-ass, like, what am I looking at? Like, what's the game? I don't know, what's Cyberpunk? Also, isn't it funny that, like, that Cyberpunk, like, flopped so hard on launch that the thing that revived it was an anime? Jesus, it returned to its GTA 2 roots with a top-down view 2D pixel. Like, you could shit on Pokemon, but, like, if a new Pokemon game drops and so there's, like, no actual, like, gameplay associated to it, it's like, okay, it's Pokemon. Like, you kind of know what the gameplay... But, like, if you're announcing it, if you're making the name of something, and it's not, like, really known, like, what the fuck it is, it's like, what are we doing? It's like, what kind of game am I looking at? It's like, I love XCOM, okay? And earlier this year, there was essentially like there was a new Star Wars game announced that looks very XCOM-y like, and I'm like, I raised an eyebrow at it. I'm like, oh, you know, that's a genre I'm a huge fan of. I'm like, yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Well, like, and I heard people talking about it because people were like, oh, this looks like, you know, Star Wars XCOM. Maybe it'll be interesting, and that's why I like checked out in the first place because people were talking about that. And I'm watching this trailer, and I'm watching the first like minute and a half. I'm like, this is pure cinematic. I don't know what this is. And then, fortunately, the last minute was, like, gameplay-esque. So I'm like, oh, okay, you can actually get, like, pick that up. I'm like, the first minute and a half, I'm like, they're just showing, like, badass characters, like, Star Wars characters, like, what Star Wars-esque characters, like, flying around, just like, oh, prepare for mission. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, people? Dude, making a massive cinematic trailer for Touhou 21. Me out of my way to get one good run for the day and then not lock in for any other run. I also hate the fact that every fucking anime game that gets like announced nowadays is just a fucking gacha. It's a gacha, or they're taking an anime and turning it into a fucking video game. Here's our 7 Deadly Sins game. Hee-hee-hoo-hoo-hoo. How's he pick a good anime? Good grief. I gotta rage bait a little with some of these. Oh, MMORPG. But that's the other thing about, like, video games, is if I want to play, like, a genre of video game, I can just, like, look in the Touhou scene and somebody's probably made a Touhou game of that genre. Shot to the shrine. Marissa flies by. Wake the fuck up, Shrine Maiden. We got yokai to kill. It's like a super high quality like animation trailer, and then you play the game. It just looks exactly like every other fucking Touhou game. But like the animation for like the trailer is just super high quality. Oh, Need for Speed. If only the Fumo Kart devs would come back. Me out of my way to get killed by Hina again. Breakfast to see is really good. Bumper Crop has been really generous today. Which is a shame because my stage 2s have been non-existent. It's probably because I, like, gotta run, so I'm just not locked in right now. I'm also tired, I'll blame that as well. You know, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so... Just the run, I'm gonna purposely throw on purpose just to spite you. I'm not actually, but I kind of want to. Ooh, this is gonna be a 407? Shoddy kind of bad, though. One Mr. Medoteco join us. Do you have one of those? I assume you do by the fact you said that. Little exile doll for a bit. Well, the problem that like started everything was just today. Was I had that one good run, but like it was just Hydro was tilting me for a little bit, and then it just backed up to exile doll. Crispy and Blue Bus have one as well. Based. I should have died to that. Lost pace, you don't know if it was one miss. Well, I've come to the point where I don't really care about the distinguishing in misses on runs. Yeah, unless you're like new to a specific game. Paces are really the thing I tend to look for. I don't really like, you know, personally, if I see someone, if like someone dies to Divining Crop and then they die twice afterwards, I'm like, I don't really look at the 3 miss. I look at the 1 miss to Divining Crop, you know, up to that. You guys died. That wow, Toxic Alan at his best again, dude. How do you guys die to that attack? The attack's so easy, dude. Like, oh my god, like you just learned the it's so easy. SMH, dude. Now, I haven't died to that on pace, so I have died to that on runs before. And you know what usually the answer is to most things like that? You just mess up. There's a lot of bullets on screen, and you just fuck something up. Okay, it's the only one this time was the Metateco. I mean, I'm pretty sure my first, 1 miss in Subterranean was Bog Labyrinth. And then, of course, I had, like, I had a few others to various other Satori attacks. Human. I love Hydro Camouflage. This attack is so cool. It is a very cool attack. I fucking hate you so much, dude. Hydro Camouflage is the attack where, like, I'll go on a stretch where I have a bunch of good Hydros in a row, and I'll be like, you know, maybe this attack is not as bad as I think it is. And then I just remember why I fucking hate this attack. Like, she'll give me, like, good RNG, like, twice in a row, and I'll be like, yeah, you know, this attack's nice. This attack's not that bad. And then I learn why, and then I just remember Why it's so turbo cringe. My blood sugar's not low. I don't know if I have how many more runs I got left in me. Hey, early parry, let's go. Plus 100 faith, we're so bad. You know, Touhou players will really do anything that isn't play or run. Oh, what a cancel, dude. Ugh. Mwah. That was another sick cancel, dude. Oh my gosh, my faith is so high right now. Kaneko, my lovely, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to bring you so... Oh my gosh, 219? Going into bumper? I don't know if I've ever had this before. You fucking... You fucking have just to die like a little funk. People get stressed about runs quite a lot. I mean, but my heart goes 5 miles a minute, and that's a problem late in runs. I definitely see that that can be relevant at times, although I usually I feel like the reason I tend to see is because of how much people hate the early game in Touhou. I mean, why are you like this? You see players, the life up sound is the most satisfying one. Sounds most pleasant for LNN players. Honestly, I mean, the life up sound is really good. Is probably the most satisfying sound effect in the game. Actually, the most pleasant sound effect is subterranean animism on stage 4. Nothing hits harder for Touhou sounds than Moth. Not Moths, subterranean animisms. Well, I pissed my own bed. The sound of Notori's screams. As I pulverize her face into the ground after Hydro Camo. It's probably the best sound. EOSD Crash music is peak. Although I don't know if I count themes as in this satisfying sound list. Because then I don't know if I put EOSD quite. Like, EOSD Credit is the most satisfying theme, but it's probably the best credit theme from Touhou. Well, I was also trying to not pick, like, capping the final attack in a run, because that's, that's a fucking cop-out cheap answer. Do 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 do. Whoa, shoddy. Including the Sinai splits the sea attack. Don't you mean sea opening Moses' miracle? You don't know? I've been playing this game for months and you don't have the name memorized. Unbelievable. Fake fan. This is enough to refer to it with. Yeah, for now, but how long till Touhou 21 comes out and Zune actually makes Moses the boss in the game? So then you have to be more specific with what you refer to. Okay, Hina, it's your final chance. Like CC? I hear the word CC, I just think of close combat Pokemon. I've heard that too many times in Pokemon. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna CC this one. Let's see, if Lilligant CCs Ursaluna. There was a bullet there. Complete clarification? Fuck's complete clarification? But you and I say Peerless Wind God's free, and then someone asks for complete clarification on that fact?